Good evening, everybody, and welcome to, well, wherever you're watching out there in all lands, Facebook land, YouTube, Twitter, all over the place. I am Debbie G, and tonight is an extraordinary night, as always, because I'm here with Stacie, who is Tya's lead coach, and I am here. We're going to be talking about some great stuff tonight. Stacie, how's it going this week?
Good, good. I'm still kind of riding the previous Aloha I've been enjoying. So I'm just kind of mellow.
All
Things are
right, so
just
tell me, I got to know about this. All right. So this is really exciting. She just went to Hawaii. Which island did you go to?
we're on Kauai. It's the Garden Island. It was lovely.
Mm.
Oh, so lovely. I really thrive in settings where it's super lush and green. And this was just everything was green. It didn't matter if you're driving down. And I love the speed limit there is 50 miles per hour is their top speed limit. So you're forced to slow way down, which just
Isn't that something?
you're like just absorbing all that moisture. I live in Southern California. It's not so moist here. So absorbing all that good humidity, beach time, ocean time. I swam in the ocean like twice a day, if not more. Did some beautiful hikes overlooking the ocean to waterfalls. Played in some mud because there was some rain there, and so we'd go hiking and then end up, just covered in mud. It was glorious fun. Glorious fun.
Mm. I'm sitting here. Are y'all fantasizing with us? Let's just get into a fantasy. Ooh, I know. Tell me about what that felt like to just put your toes in the sand. Let's all just go into put our toes in the sand with Stacie.
Absolutely. So we were blessed to have accommodations that were literally within walking distance of the beach. So we'd walk down there for first morning swim. First thing you wake up, throw on your bathing suit, grab your towel and your sarong, cup of coffee maybe or not, walk down to the beach, enjoy the sun starting to rise. The colors were spectacular, shades of pink and orange and yellow, rising and illuminating the sky, getting brighter and brighter. Going into the ocean, it's like bath water. You just step in
Mm.
and just start swimming and just allowing the ocean to caress you. We were in a very gentle bay, so it wasn't hard pulling tides or big waves, and just floating along. You could see really clearly, crystal clear water to the bottom of the ocean. You could see the shells and some very small fish kind of hanging out next to you. Um,
Mm.
uh,
I'm just that's heavenly.
it
Because
was.
last week, if y'all missed that, the replays are available. It was pretty cool. We were talking all about Soul. Soul is a movie by Pixar, but what the whole thing was about stopping and appreciating just life. So while you were there, we were over here talking about doing exactly what you were doing. So now
Oh,
what I want to know from the audience is what have you all done today
mm,
that would be equivalent to putting your toes in the sand? How can you put your toes in the sand in your own life, like right now? What have you done? So I'm going to think about what I've done today, Stacie. What do you
okay.
think about that? Put my toes in the sand. What did I do? Oh my word! I'm going to call. I have one. Okay, it took me a second. I took a really wonderful bath today. Before I got going because I knew I was going to be facing a super busy day. So I got the Epsom salt, and I just said, I'm just going to do this for a half an hour just to really relax into my body and just be present, just be there, and that's what I did today. Everything else has been go 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 go, but I did do that. So that's how I put my toes in the sand. And I wait, and Janine, look at this, Stacie.
Lucky girl. Lucky girl.
I love this and I love that because that rocks. I remember, okay, so I'm the oldest of four girls and I used to torture my little sisters, okay? Like there's no, oh my God. As much as I love them, I'm sure that they've got some pretty horrific trauma from me. Like we made mud pies and you're making me think of dirt. Mud pies. And I'd be like, and I convinced them to eat the mud pies.
Oh, you are an evil
Oh,
sister.
I just tasty there. That's so good. Oh, yummy. And speaking of trauma, I started this and I said, calling all those that have experienced trauma, all trauma babies, front and center, front and center. Let's talk about. I really wanted to get into this tonight with you, Stacie, because in one of our Tya meetings, you really brought up some of the stuff that you have been through in your life, and I loved that. I'm kind of hoping to kind of dive into that. I can dive into mine first if you want, or you can dive into yours. But I want to just talk about that whole victim mentality and how have you shifted from what did you do when you had a victim mentality and how have you been shifting it? How have you shifted that whole persona?
That's really interesting. Just the mere awareness of noticing that you are not that victim persona, that thought that event that traumatized you set your personality to a certain mode, vibration, energy, and that that's the only thing that you are. Mm-mm. Just that realization is really the first step. It's the big step in allowing yourself to start to unravel that and to see the difference between your true self and what you tell yourself you are. And that's the super interesting thing. I mean, we have these lovely egos, right? I don't judge mine. It's gotten me through a lot of really funky situations in life. It's helped me to stay alive, survival.
Mhm.
But there's a part of Tya where we do a lot of detuning to quiet that survival instinct that seems to overrun. It overruns everything that's around us because we're constantly fed fear, judgment. So you get caught up in that cycle of being human and hearing everything that's going on around you and believing that that is the way to be. It got to stop at some point and take a breath. And that I love doing just that, sitting, taking a breath, coming into the now, feeling my body. And I start asking myself a series of questions before and still now. Is this true? Is it true that I'm a victim? No, not at all. I have survived. I am a survivor. I've been through a lot of situations where my survival needs have not been provided as well as I would have preferred. They sure did illuminate how I can create my own solutions, how powerful I am in manifesting things, how courageous I am to step out in the fact that, oh, maybe I won't have my survival needs met. But that, just in that power, super exciting, super good. I mean, it's all realization. You have to start unraveling the bits and pieces. It's not a linear process.
No, it's totally not. And what I love is that in my victim life, I love that you talk about survival
Yep.
because that's what we're doing. We learned to survive when we were tiny little children and we didn't think our needs were getting met. And it might not have been actually getting your needs met. And you might be still holding resentment about that. And it might be pissing you off right this second. And in fact, you might be doing, yeah, but right now. Because striking the chord and saying that you had something happen when you were young gets people all riled up. Well, yeah, that didn't happen, then this wouldn't happen. Well, and I totally get it. But that's the mentality that got you to where you're at. And if you're sitting there not happy about it, what we're suggesting is that it might be time to shift it because it might not be working like you think it is, or maybe it is working. I really don't know. But what I do know is that when I was 5, I had something happen and it triggered me. It set a trigger. It set a point in my system, in my body. And my ego, who we gotta love our ego because it's there to, oh, but baby, don't you worry, I got you. I got you. Right? I'm big and tough. But this shit was set when we were 5, you guys. And here I am, an adult,
Mhm.
Responding or reacting, let me say, I was reacting in the same way that when I was 5, because that's so. Do you all understand that you're trauma babies, that you're walking around responding to this stuff that you're here in the present, but we're living, and if we live in the past, though, if you're living in that space of that memory, you're pulling it forward. You're pulling it forward. Oh, and here's another big one. This was really going to burst your victim bubble. Oh, this is a whopper. Did you know? And this is scientifically proven. Stacie, get this. Every time you have a memory, every single time you remember something, it shifts just a tiny little bit. It's like playing telephone with yourself. Anybody remember telephone out there? You know, that game of telephone, and you go around the room. And by the time you'd start off with, "Hey, John Fiore did this." I see you, John. And hey, did you know that John Fiore uh is totally getting married? Totally going all the way around to, did you know that, did you hear John Fiore's got, some major issue? This is telephone. Your memory plays telephone with you. How do y'all like that? So you're having these memories and you're stuck on them, and you're like, yeah, but this happened. Yeah, but that happened. Yeah, but that. And you're responding like a 5-year-old because you're a trauma baby like all of us. Wake up. We're big grown-ups now. It's like, oh, wait a minute. I don't have to do that anymore. I
Mm.
don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to do that. I don't have to go abuse my body with alcohol. I don't have to go abuse my body with pills. I don't have to abuse my body with food. I don't need to abuse my emotional capacity to be able to be a human by dating abusive people or marrying them. I don't, and we call that shit survival. Yo, wake up. Something's off.
Yeah.
Something's off. Okay. So
I really
now,
like what you're saying though about the childhood perspective. When you
it's
were
just
5,
mm-mm.
3, infant, you're not clear,
No.
not clear as to what's really occurring in that moment for somebody else near you, your parent, your caregiver, a teacher, the neighbor, it's your sibling. No, your recollection is most likely not correct. And that sounds
Mm.
terrible, right? Oh, yeah, you've had that experience. Oh, you didn't recall it correctly. It sounds like we're brushing it off.
Yeah,
But
no.
really, what we're encouraging you to do is to look at how you might be able to reframe it. If you were to view it from the point of being an adult, start to recollect what might have been happening for your parent, your neighbor, your friend, your siblings at that point in their life.
Yeah.
And then looking at it from that perspective, starting to have compassion for those that are around you, compassion for yourself, because, oh man, well, I was just trying to get love. That's all I knew I wanted. Or cookie, you
The
know.
cookie. Like the cookie. I know it was the cookie.
Yeah,
Y'all
I
want
mean,
the cookie?
trying to
Yeah,
get
we want
something
the cookie.
specific from that other individual who you had the traumatic experience with, even if was, God forbid, a sexual issue. Even if it was a sexual trauma, you were trying to specifically get love, attention, affection, acknowledgement from that other person. Is it your fault that they delivered it to you in a manner that was inappropriate at that time because of your age, because of your non-consent? Yeah, that sucks. But at the same
Oh,
time, and this is big, this is deep. We're going deep here already, guys. Ready? Your
I'm ready.
soul came in to experience that so that you could expand as a soul. Tough things that happen in our lives, traumas that seem to wound and hurt us to the core level, are the things that cause the most expansion for our soul. Our soul is linked to everything else, the universe. So you're helping the universe expand as well. It's not just
Mm.
you. You're not just here serving your little experience on earth just for you and your soul. You're actually affecting everybody else around you with your expansion. Big, big, big bite to swallow there. Again,
All
I'm
right.
not trying to
Keep
minimize
chewing, everybody.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
I
not
know you're
trying to
not.
minimize anybody's experience. I'm just really asking folks to step into that realm of curiosity.
Hmm. Hmm.
Curious what you are looking for as a soul and the experiences that you wanted to draw towards yourself to expand. We often tease about being old souls, especially those of us in Tya who have gone through boot camp, who are involved in the team, who lead the guide section in the Tya practice page, who coach. That we are old souls, like we came here to kind of get beaten up because we've done easy. We've done everything's beautiful. We've done perhaps rich and famous. We've done, getting killed early on in life, maybe. I mean, I have some very clear recollections because I did some past life work that was super illuminating and fun. But as an older soul, you're going to come in for those tougher experiences because you want to expand more. It's just like humans. We always want more. Yeah, I got a nice car in the driveway. Yeah, I have an iPhone, but in a nice home, right? Oh, but I want more. I want more for my life, which is why,
Yeah.
again, I do this work because I want to expand my awareness of what I chose, claim my power, claim my learnings, my experiences, take those lessons and move forward so I can get more. I was told as a kid that I wanted too much. You always want men in my life. You want too much. You're never satisfied.
You talk too much. You want too much. You are too much.
Yes, yes, yes.
You know what that tells you? Yeah, y'all can't handle it. That's how come it's too much. I'll tell you what. And damn right, you know what? I love that you just said that. I'm sure that there's people out there that have heard that before. I guarantee that you have put someone in your life that was going to dumb you down or tell you you weren't good enough or whatever, just to resurrect the story of the memory that you're not remembering correctly, probably anyway. Yeah. So here's well, I love the should haves. I love the should haves, but the fact is that, and you're right, because if you don't appreciate what you have, you're not getting any more. I'm going to take, okay, so now that you've cracked this big old whopper open, now we're going to go even a step further. So I'm going to speak from my experience only, and I'm going to tell you all that I haven't croaked yet, so don't hold me to it, but I'll tell you what, I have an idea. So I love what you were saying about being here for our soul expansion, Stacie, and that's why we came here and all of that, because I'm right in alignment with that. But now I'm going to take you all a step further. And if you've ever had anybody in your life that you've said was that victimized you, that hurt you as a child, which I'm going to just say that happens, all right? I'm going to really take you on the ledge now. I want you to, we're going to take our compassion with us. Imagine we're both these souls. We're hanging out. Hey, yo, I'm going to go down and I'm going to experience this because I need my soul to expand this way. And the other one goes, dude, I'm going to be your perpetrator, man. And I'm going to give up freaking all of the cool shit because being a perpetrator, you know it's going to suck. I can handle that. I'm probably going to be like, oh, I'm probably going to hate my life too because I don't know a perpetrator that's like living in joy and bliss. Hello. Really? Oh, so they're giving up their entire human existence so that we can expand ours. It's like taking turns. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody's sitting there and's ever been abused before, and you're going, Debbie, you are crazy. Well,
Yes.
guess what? I'd rather be crazy and have pure, utter forgiveness in my soul, my heart, and my everything, and be able to look at my perpetrators and go, dear God, thank you, and I love you for excusing your human existence and saying, I'll come down and be your perpetrator, darling. I'm going to fuck you up. Okay, baby, thank you. Please do.
It's very
Y'all
interesting.
get
Yeah,
it's
Deborah's
it.
right. No, you're not crazy because
Oh,
there's freedom there. There's power there in releasing the victim mode, in forgiving, in finding radical appreciation for that circumstance, for that lesson. Why did I choose to expand that way?
Right.
Always interesting.
Oh, it is.
Why did I choose to come in as a unloved baby? And boy, did I search for love in all the wrong places.
Oh, they wrote a song about that. It was for you.
It was for me. I came here to experience my full connection to source,
Yes.
to loving me, to not hating myself. And for a long time, I was really into hating myself because I felt like I was powerless. I was a victim. All these things happened to me. I felt terrible. No one loved me. Again, I kept looking and looking and looking for the love in all the wrong places. Really, you guys, wrong.
Oh, it's bad. Yeah, wrong. Bad wrong. No, not bad wrong. Good wrong.
Yeah, but every time I like tried, it felt like I was wearing really tight jeans that just like I had outgrown so many years ago, or bad shoes. And you know, like my mom used to call shoes. You can only wear them for a couple hours, and your feet are just like, oh, please take these off. The pain of trying to find love elsewhere drove me more into myself, more into my connection with source, more into meditation, more curious about what is my soul's purpose, more curious about, who is this guy, David Strickle, who channels the stream? What are they teaching? Wow, this shit's cool. And having all of that align for me to really illuminate the space of being my own source of love, my own source of divine, unconditional love. Do I love other people that way? You know, I'd really like to say that I do, but no, I'm most selfish with that love. Me first.
Me first. It's not self first is not selfish, by the way. Y'all can write that out. Self first is not selfish. Yeah, you are on point. 100%. At least, you know, so far this is what's working. What I was doing before was also working, but it was working and giving me results that I didn't desire. They weren't my preference. I mean, not even for like a second. In fact, you know, I have this thing. I sit sometimes in such grateful beingness. When I think back to those nights when I would lay on a bathroom floor at almost 300 pounds, crying my eyes out, not knowing where I was going to go with a super stinking abusive dude. And I was super stinking abusive too, because I named the stuff that I created. And but wait a minute, well, if he's abusive, he's creating. No. Who's instigating and who said yes to the get? So that would be me. And I mean, laying on that floor and just being so just distraught that there is nowhere life can go. I mean, I've been so close to suicidal that I'm like, would you? I mean, I would get pissed off and be like, come on, man. Shit, take my ass out already. You have almost done it. Can't you? Yeah, I mean, this kind of stuff. Because the choices I made were not aligning with my soul.
Yeah.
They weren't aligning with my passion. I was so busy being a people-pleasing, codependent, narcissistic, alcoholic, you name it, I've been them all. So I don't have anybody in my life that wasn't something that I'm not.
Yeah.
Oh, she did it.
Like energy attracts like, basic law.
You're going to tell me that I'm like my narcissistic ex who's good. Oh, hell the hell yeah. Oh, hell. You can't see something you're not.
Yeah. And that's one of those things I learned a long time ago, and I still refer back to that. If I'm judging someone else for a specific character that I find unappealing, I immediately turn that mirror around on myself and say, and how are you that, my friend? My lovely lady, how are you that? And that illuminates a whole new space for me to go, oh, yeah, I'm judging them. Like, okay, trip to Hawaii, right?
Yeah,
Women in bikinis, guys in bikinis from all over the world, the United States. There's a snap judgment. Oh, she shouldn't. Oh, really? Come on, don't wear it. And it's like, wow, I kept catching myself.
Oh, really?
You know, the next morning I put my bikini on and I look in the mirror and I'm like, all right, are you going to judge this too? And sure as shit, judgments start flying through my head about how I look. And it's like, stop. This body is damn strong. I've blown out my knee, blown out my back. Have a beautiful daughter, birth a daughter. Still am able to get up in the morning, put my feet on the ground, and walk without any pain to bathroom, kitchen, feed myself, digest, breathe. I love all the stuff that our bodies do that we don't even think about. Breathe, my heart beats. I can think about things. I can function. I can brush my teeth, walk to the beach, and swim in the ocean.
Mm.
No one has to do it for me. Do it myself. Bikinis.
That's okay. Who we have here in the house is Mr. Pitts Fleet Easton. The Prince of Palm Springs is right there. And guys in bikinis? He wants to know about the guys because he's
That's
just
so funny. It's so funny. David Strickle was out having a great time on Halloween in Palm Springs, and he shared a photograph of us with of a gentleman named Barbie Bear was his costume. He was in a one-piece type bikini thing, and I loved it. It was spectacular.
Oh my God.
Statement for who he was and how much fun he was having on this planet. He didn't care what anybody thought. And we were just like, yes, more. We want to see more.
Oh my God. I'm all about it right now. I swear. Barbie Bear, we love you in Palm Springs. We love you, Barbie Bear. I haven't seen Barbie Bear yet, but I want to see Barbie Bear. Let me tell you what. You crack me up. This is awesome. So, what's the moral of the story that we have going here? The moral of the story is stop lying to yourself. Start getting real with yourself. Look, you can sit and get pissed off at anything that anyone has to say that's good, that's in not suiting your purpose right now, but is it truly your truth? Is it really your truth? Is that true for you? Or are you just bullshitting yourself because that's all you've been doing for years? And I say this because I did that. And I didn't. I'm telling you, when your circumstances get bad enough, you're going to do something about it. That's another thing too. The ones there's going to be some, all right, I'm going to call y'all out. I'm gonna, because I'm guilty of this. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna
As
going to.
Yoda says, there is no try, only do.
There is no try. Yoda says that. Seriously, there is no try. Either you're going to do it or you're done. Look, you are or you aren't. I want you to all think about something right now. Think about something. Get something in your head about that you wanted really, really badly. I don't care what it was. How many mountains did you move to make that happen? And was anybody going to stand in your way or stop you? And think about that person and who that person is. Think about it. Dig deep. You haven't seen this person in a while. Just think about it. You're going to pull that up and remember who you are. You see, but if you're going around trying to be a people pleaser, not speaking your truth and doing what everybody, you're still going to be where you are right now. Just, it's going to be a year later. It's probably going to be the same conversation. Yeah. You're going to watch the replay and go, oh shit, I remember when she said that a year ago. I couldn't do it. I shouldn't. I tried. So don't be that person. Don't be the one that says I coulda, shoulda, woulda, because when you shit all over yourself, what the hell? It's not pretty.
Well, and the great thing is there's tools readily available for you. We've created a Tya practice page on Facebook so you could come and learn as much as you want to absorb in a like-minded community with guides that are very educational. They know the podcast to point you to. There are coaches in training, so they can give you a little coaching along the way. We were talking today in one of our group classes that the familiarity, once you finally notice when you're down the spiral, you're not happy because of your life circumstances, everything outside affects you in a negative way. You get bummed out and upset, and life pretty much just sucks. How once you start to pull back and notice that that's occurring on an everyday basis very frequently, you realize what an addiction that is to being what we call down your spiral, to being a victim, to capping yourself off at a very low ceiling So you don't have any a chance to really expand. Explore your power? Impossible in that space. Got to pop that cap off. Pop the cap. And bring that awareness forward so you can start to change your life. Small awarenesses should be celebrated because baby steps is how it starts. And there's tons of information. We're all ready to teach you as much as you want to learn.
Hey, Stacie, the fact that we're all trauma babies, because I'm just determined to know that we are all trauma babies. How would you all treat a baby? A traumatized little baby? What would you do? Would you judge it that it's traumatized? Would you give it compassion and love and seek to meet its needs? Whatever those needs are, whatever those human needs are. I want you to think about this because that's you. You know, you said this, Stacie. You said we're all here just seeking love.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. We want to be loved. We don't, all the ways that we attempted to get love when we were small either did or didn't work. And if it didn't work, we held on to that like freaking crazy glue. You know, we held on to that sucker. You know, right? It just these patterns. So then what Stacie said, you get stuck in this addictive behavior. You know, I have a couple I know. I've known them forever. They've been married like almost 30 years. They go on this and they go around this mountain round and round because they're stuck in a behavioral pattern that they created that it's like a broken freaking record going around. Skip. Same thing, different year. Round. Same thing, different year. Then you'll have like, you know, 2 months of like, oh, everything's great. Then the rest of the time sucks because it's going around that same mountain because the behavior pattern is just a pattern. It's such a pattern. It's just a pattern.
Reminds me of Day, the movie Groundhog Day.
Oh, yeah.
Where every single day he wakes up and the same thing happens. And he goes through it, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of times until he figures out what needs to shift in him as he interacts with all the same characters every day for millions of days straight. To finally get him out of Groundhog Day. So are you ready to get out of Groundhog Day? Or do you like the world that you've created? If you don't like the world that you've created, then it's time. Again, pop the cap. What else is out there? Wake up. What you guys... I was reading my journal and I saw something that I had written and it said, if you could change any primary aspect of who you are when you're in a victim state or down the spiral, what would it be? You guys have any comments?
Ooh, that's a great one.
Comment.
I want to think about that. I want to, I love this. You cuddle and comfort them. I love that, Janet. Thank you. So we get addicted to our emotions and patterns until we choose differently, right? So if you could change when you're down in that mode, like Stacie just said, and you could change one thing, what's it going to be?
Yeah.
What's it going to be? Mine, I changed my breath. I had to change my breath, period. Anxiety or panic attacks. Anytime you want to stop a panic attack, it requires breath. It stops it faster than anything else on the planet because when you're in a panic attack, you're breathing from up here. You're not breathing from your belly. So when I get into victim mode, I'm not breathing. If I could change anything about myself when I get in that mode, it would be to shut up and breathe immediately.
Yeah, mine's anger. I immediately will shout at the other person like it's their fault.
No. Now I got to own that shit. Totally. Okay. No. And the
so
breathing can, yeah.
A lot of years to like, okay, A, it's not their fault. B, I get to choose my reaction. Oh, I get to choose my reaction. Am I going to react like the hurt child that I was? Or am I going to react like the well-versed, educated adult who studied all kinds of spiritual, metaphysical, blah, 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 with psychology? We can go on forever, right? I have a choice.
Yep. And
in that choice, if I make those two different choices, reacting in anger and spite and being a child, or being a clearly informed, educated adult? Who do I like better? Who do I like myself being better? Who do you like yourself being better? Do you like being a victim? Or would you like to be empowered? Self-doubt's a big one. Thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate you putting that in there. That's so true.
That self-doubt. Self-doubt's a whopper. So I want to say that, oops, Daisy, anger is also a big thing. Anger. So this last weekend, I sort of got pissed off. I do that. I get mad. But I will say my mad's a little bit different than it used to be. This time but honestly, I had to sit down with myself and really ask myself all the questions that Stacie just brought up. First, I had to say, why am I really upset here? What's really happening inside of me that's causing me to want to strangulate the human across from me with my vocal array of
gun, right?
bad. I mean, whew. And because I don't want to hurt anybody and I don't want to do anything that, no, be impeccable with your word. That's not it. Your words are magic, man. They're serious. So I had to ask myself all those questions and get honest with myself about what's really happening. And you know what? You all ready for this? Let's do it. I was spoiled. I'm compassionate with myself right now that I was attached to an outcome and the outcome wasn't happening. And I practiced not being attached to outcomes. So this was a nice big smack in the face. Oh, apparently I'm not doing my practice if I'm doing it. And so I was attached to the outcome, Stacie, and I got damn pissed that it wasn't going the way that I wanted it to go, and yada, yada, yada. And I didn't want to have to be a big adult about it. Quite frankly, I wanted to be a 6-year-old or a 7-year-old. I'm going to give me 7 at the best, not even past that. My granddaughter could act older than I was acting. So I'm going to say I was at my point to 7. But here's the killer part. When you notice it, you are aware of it, and then you take a mindful action to change it, magic starts happening. You start speaking what's really true for you, rather than having to be angry and act a fool. So
yeah, anger for me is definitely that snap reaction.
Yeah.
Because you were attached to an outcome. Yes, that's one of my big favorite things to do with my partner, my husband, is to make sure we have all of our expectations out on the table so we can both see them what they are. What is it that you're expecting? And to negotiate. Am I able to meet that at this time? Yes, no. Are you able to meet mine? Is this reasonable? Is this an unreasonable expectation? But yeah, there are times when things trigger me too, and I want to be that raging, screaming little 5-year-old, throw my shit fit. But then, of course, as an adult, I have to come back later and apologize
and clean it up.
Time to clean it up. And a good thing is that my husband has his little moments too. So, because we're all human, we all have old patterns. We're all working on. Thank you, Erica. We're all working on getting clear as to how we operate, because we've been fed the operating system of humanity right now, which is one of suffering, fear, doubt, conformity, judgment. That's the trueness of who you are. Expectations on the table. Thanks, Janine. That is one of my favorites.
Let's bring that up so everybody can see this from wherever that you're watching right now.
It's a great start with any relationship, even friendships, business relationships. Oh, yes. Please put your expectations on the table.
Please, dear God.
Yeah. Really important for clear, open communications.
Yeah, really. Hidden agendas in any type of relationship kind of are not the way to do this. I'm going to promise you, because I've done that. It probably didn't work out okay. In fact, it didn't.
It's interesting. A lot of us, I think, that are intuitive and interested in this line of thinking and self-awareness and development and spirituality and hey, what the stream says. I mean, that's kind of a far out concept, right? We
Right.
already have the base of being super sensitive and smelling that bullshit that someone else is already putting out. And then almost like being immune to the smell of our own bullshit. So it's like, oh, wait a second here. Now we have to get clear.
Yeah.
Owning my BS, knowing when I'm flinging it, knowing when I really need to sit in it myself, which is super uncomfortable, but sometimes necessary. If I can't contain it, articulate it clearly, want to be a child, want to step back in victim powerlessness, then I need to be able to figure out a way to express. Damn, it fell awesome. And that's okay. As long as you're able to make some kind of repair, to be vulnerable and to step into, I claim this is my bullshit. I'm sorry I played it out on you. Please forgive me. There's a Hawaiian tradition, the Ho'oponopono, which is
Yeah. Oh, I can't say that. I'm
I
sorry.
know I'm not Hawaiian. I apologize if I brutalize that.
Yeah, we probably did, but it's one of the actually, let's do that. Let's see, let's do that a few times. That's a good one.
Yeah. So it's I'm sorry.
I'm
Please
sorry.
forgive me.
Please forgive me.
Thank you. And I
Thank you.
love you. Super simple.
I
But do you know how hard it is to say that to another person when you've made a mistake and you know you've made the mistake? To look them in the eye and say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And this is where we kind of go wrong sometimes is we think that we need their forgiveness. No, we're asking for their forgiveness and we have to come to a space of already forgiving them yourself. You have to forgive yourself first before you can approach somebody vulnerably with that. I'm
That's
sorry.
right.
Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. It's a great practice to get into. Great
And
practice.
it actually really is. And the way that I like to use this very, very yummy prayer is for myself. So anybody else out there beat themselves up for stuff that they do because they just feel like, oh my God, I can't even believe I just did that. Oh no, I'm such an idiot. I'm so stupid. I can't believe it. Blah blah blah. Yeah, our self-talk is it is just it can be really, really devastating to your subconscious. Can I tell you what? Because your soul, your cells, your body is listening to you. Yeah. Yep. So,
Yep. One
you
of our
know, yeah.
shared just recently that she's like, stop looking at it like yourself and instead see it as your cells, right? We kind of borrow this body.
Yeah, yeah. Who said that? That was right.
Elisha said that.
It was Elisha that said that. Okay. She said that. Elisha. Oh, yeah, we love you. That's where I heard this. You guys, and do you see what just happened? Elisha dropped a seed for us, a seed that we have now adopted, and now we're talking about, you know, but she's in Hawaii. Oh, tell us about the. We want to hear about the story about being with Elisha. I just want to mention really quick. Use that prayer for yourself, so that the person that you need to be most compassionate with, and you need to forgive the most is you. And in fact, I think you has been. You ever notice a you? I love you. You. Just think about it. You. Who do I need to love? Me.
Me.
You know, me and we upside down, that whole thing. That's all in. We all know this stuff. It's just a matter of you aren't taking you aren't doing what you need to do to make that happen. But my life, because you aren't doing what you do to make that happen. But because you aren't doing what you need to do to make that happen. But you understand because you aren't doing what you need to be doing to change it because you really don't want to. And that's okay too, because nobody really, I mean, shit, don't. Nah, whatever. I'm over here. I'm good. I love it. I love my life now. Let me tell you what,
The
because I
interesting
did change
thing
it.
is that, it is definitely is a choice. You can choose
Yeah.
whatever way you want to be. No one's
Yeah.
got nobody in this community is going to judge you. God forbid. We've already been there and done that ourselves.
Yeah. I mean, I really like it. I'm excited. We haven't even had we should have like trauma awards, y'all. Who's been,
No.
remember all the remember all the trauma bonding you used to do with that one friend you'd call up and you aren't gonna believe what's happening now.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And you're not gonna believe what they said. And they're talking about you. Oh, mm-mm. No, you can join a community where we all been there, done that, and that's not what you're. It's time for us all to let go of these really bad. No, they're not bad. These things that have you saying, "Yeah, but."
These experiences that we still, on some level, believe are true when it's not true. The authenticity of who you really are is not your past trauma experiences. Breathe that one in. The true, authentic self that you really are, selves that you really are not your past experiences. You are not your past experiences. How does that hit you? Can you absorb that and feel it and say, "Oh, I see that." Or are you immediately like, "Oh, no, I can't hear that. No, that's not true." How curious can you be to the possibility that if you reframed your past experiences, you could see your authentic light? You could see your soul's purpose. You could realize a whole new level of power for you to manifest, create, jump further into the laws of attraction, and have your most blissful, joyous, amazing life that you've ever wanted. Goddess Power Woman Fest. I love it. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. I mean, seriously, tapping into your power. What does that even mean? What does that mean to speak my truth? You said a word earlier I loved, and it was vulnerability.
Ah, yes. Everybody
So,
thinks it's scary, right? Oh, no, I don't want to be vulnerable. That is the most powerful place to step
right.
in because
So
no one,
let's
yeah, no one's going to get angry at you if you're being vulnerable. It's like
and
if you were naked in the middle of a grocery store. What are people going to do? They're going to try to cover you up.
yeah,
Oh my God, is she okay? And move you into a safer space. I'm not going to just let you stand there naked and
with
be
a
cold.
special jacket. Just saying.
It's okay. At least you're warm,
Now you're dressed, so we're good.
right? But that's the place of allowing other people to really see you.
Mm,
Yeah. Super scary
mhm.
territory. That's super powerful territory. And none of this
Yes.
stuff, none of these concepts that we're talking about are easy. They're not commonplace. You don't see it happen every day, which is why the Tya group, Tya practice is super unique and cutting edge.
Right on.
We're all about making life better. Oh my goddess. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, Quintana, you're just like you're rocking my entire freaking goddess vibe right now. Bring on the goddess, bring on the goddess nature, bring it on.
Yeah.
Vulnerable, to be naked, to be vulnerable is okay. So here, when you can't speak your truth because it looks like this, watch. Stacie, ask me if I want to come and hang out with you this weekend. Watch, guys, we'll show you.
Hey, Deb, want to come out and hang out with me this weekend?
Um, oh my God, that sounds like so much fun. But really, she's like. I can't because I got all this shit going on and I really don't like her and I don't really want to do that. Seriously. In my brain, right? Oh yeah, sure. Let's do that. Let's make stuff. We're gonna make plans to do that. I'm gonna hang up the phone now. I can't shit. Hey, so I just got this like locked into going to this thing. All right. And I just totally don't want to do it, but like we're going to anyway because I have to show up and please
And
do.
I'm over here
Please
going,
do.
well, I can really feel that she doesn't want to hang out with me, but she needs
Yeah,
to.
it is total. Yeah, totally. You can feel it 150%. There's like this energy going on,
Yes.
that whole thing. Why? Because I'm afraid that if I tell this person that they won't love me or they won't accept it or whatever the case may be. So ask me again.
Okay. Because they will hate you for the rest of eternity because you said no.
No, yeah, they're gonna.
Okay. We'll try this again and see what happens. See if I get authentic, Deb. So, Debbie G, you want to hang out this weekend?
Well, first I want to say thank you so much for asking me because oh my gosh, that's freaking divine. I cannot this weekend. I have plans already. However, I'd love to look at it maybe in the future. Now, there's a couple of things happening here. One, I'm just like really grateful that you asked. Two, I'm letting you know I can't. Three, I'm not over explaining myself.
This is great. She's demonstrating very clearly boundaries. That's another big subject, isn't it?
Yeah, and we're going to talk about that one next week, okay? Because I really want to get into boundaries. People think they're these things. You got to tell people, okay, here's the line. Don't you cross it. You cross it, I kill you. No, that's not it. It's saying, dear God, I love it. I love you. And I love that you've asked me. And I can't. It's not possible. And then, but I've got all this stuff. And now you've got your mother-in-law guilting you. You don't care about us and all of that. Well, you have a right to feel how you want to feel. I still am not going to change what I said. Okay. Joe, is this true or not true? I'm still going to say to you, I love you. Thank you for wanting me around so much.
Thank you.
If I have no way to meet your need on this. I see you have to look at what's real for them, not what's real for me. All I need to do is let you know what's true. And then really just be there with you and say thank you. Thank you for asking. So yeah, we are gonna dive deep to boundaries.
Yeah, I love an old dear friend of mine. She's not old, I shouldn't say that. She's a dear friend of mine. I've known her for many years. Her line of wisdom to me when I was very much a people pleaser was saying no to other people was saying yes to myself, which I love. I've used that many, many, many times over the years. The other thing she used to say too is if you feel it in your bones and it's 100%, then the answer is yes. If it's anything less, the answer is no.
That's it.
So that's a great exercise. Like, what do you do all week long to accommodate other people? Instead of being authentic, thank you. Oh, thank you. I love you. Thank you. You're so sweet. What do we do to accommodate other people?
Yeah.
99% of the time when you get that, oh no, I really like I got stuff I need to do, or I'm really tired and I need some self-care. I'm like, oh, I'm going to start using that more. I need some self-care.
Yeah, she needs self-care, self-nurturing.
Then that's so essential to honor yourself, to honor your boundaries, to honor your cells. And to say, no, not, this weekend's not going to work out for me. I'd love to do it in the future. You are so right. Intuition runs rampant. Not only in women, use it with confidence and practice it. Practice it all the time. Exercise that muscle. It's just like exercising your muscle to know your soul's path. Exercising what's true, what's not true. How you connect to source, when that's happening, when that's not happening. Usually when we're in a space of BS, we're no longer connected to ourselves, our soul, or our source. Ooh, I like
Oh, that was good.
that. Got to stay connected to your cells, your soul, and your source. I use that one this week. A lot of times I'm
Yeah.
still a teenager at heart. I'll write in, ink pen on my hand. I'll write a phrase. I
Well,
don't have
whatever.
a tattoo on my body, but I'll write it on my hand.
I completely love that. What a fun night this has been. We took a deep dive, and what I'm really hoping for all of you, for those of you that are sitting there, the ones that get it, I love you. You all get it. Reminders, that's what we do. That's why we're here. I remind myself with every word I speak. Stacie reminds herself with every word she speaks.
Yep.
So those of you that are like a little irritated and like well, here's what I gotta say. You needed to hear everything we said more than anybody because look, I've been in your shoes. Stacie's been in your shoes. And what we're telling you is that you can change your shoes. And I promise you, you can. And because who brought up the emperor wears clothes? The emperor wears clothes. You remember the emperor wears clothes and the emperor was naked.
I love that story.
Perspective, y'all. Perspective. All you're shifting is perspective. You're not broken. You don't need to be fixed, but you do certainly need to get honest with yourself. Look in the mirror and say, yeah, maybe it is time to do this. And hook yourself up with some people who are in alignment with where you're going,
Mm-hmm.
who are going to support you and give you and empower you, like Stacie and I. And who I would go over to her house if she asked. I actually would be like all excited about that shit. That would be so much fun. Oh my God. She doesn't even live far either. So, hey, hi.
One of these days, we're like, what? Oh my God.
Seriously. No, we are because, yeah. And we'll talk about that later. But look, we're here to empower one another. And if the people in your life aren't bringing you up and they're bringing you down, then it might be time for you to go. And it might be time for you to say no. So join our Tya practice group. I'm going to plug it. It's coming. I'm plugging.
Come and play with us. Come and absorb some great material. Come and talk to people that are like-minded. Notice that we're all in this together. We have all done the same thing. We all have similar feelings. You are not the only one who's experiencing self-doubt, victimization, whatever it is. That you fear that no one else is there experiencing that same thing. We've all done it. There's no judgment over in our Tya practice group. We just want to share something that could possibly enlighten you and help you see new perspective, reframe your life, and bring you closer to your dreams.
And I love this. Joe Sliker says, we are here to walk each other home. And I love that. It is also the famous quote by Ram Dass. And I just want to show you all something. You see these? I'm going to give these are gold $100 bills. So we're going to show up next week and you're going to, if you want these, I'm going to give one away to each of you. Because we're going to have a question about the live that we just did, and we're going to announce what it was. So you're going to have to go on a treasure hunt. We're going to put the question out during the week, and then next week when we come back, you're going to answer it. And the first two to answer it right here live online, I'm going to send you $100 gold bill. Now, it's of course not. It's a magic one. It's magic. It's like a magic bean. It makes your money grow. It makes your money grow.
Those are cool.
Aren't they rad? And I got them at the spiritual shop today, and this really cool candle too. It's like, oh God, it smells so good. Lord, that and and a drum. Oh my God, I was having way too.
Having your
and cards. I bought cards too. So we'll let you know. You got to watch the Tya practice group. to see what the question is going to be. If you're not in the Tya practice group, you might want to go get in it. And it'll be something directly from the questions from this live today. Okay. And I think that that will be it for today. We are so grateful that you were here with us. And remember who you're grateful for. Start with the who.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to say?
Nope. This is awesome. Great fun.
I
Love
love you guys.
being here every week. Thank you so much for just sharing your time with us and your attention.
Yeah.
I hope
You guys are awesome.
And if we pissed you off, apologies, but I encourage you to look at that. We can always
don't apologize. I'm not going to apologize. I'm not going to apologize, not one iota. Heck no. And I'll tell you why, because I love you too much. You know what? We love you. That's why.
Yeah, I love you guys.
Yeah, but we are sorry if it bites a little, but you're good.
Have a great week. See you guys next week.
See y'all next week with those questions. Who's getting the gold dollars? $100, if you will.